We're going to put on some awesome music, and what's going to happen is we're going to go from D to A. So D's are going first. You might need some room if you need to like move around, you can. D's are going to go first. They're going to dance, and whatever D does, A, B, and C are going to copy exactly to their ability. Okay? You're going to do that for 30 seconds, and then I'm going to switch, and it'll be C to lead it, and then it'll be B to lead it, and then it'll be A to lead it. Don't hold back. Have some fun. Ready? D's are first. Music! D. Oh, come on. There you go. Okay, grab a seat. I know you don't want to, but grab a seat. Grab a seat. Have a seat. Now, here's the deal. How do you guys feel right now? Good, right? Okay. Here's why. Remember we talked about neuroscience, and we said neuroscience is actually what coordinates the communication between different parts of the body. That includes the body. Okay? So most people know that the brain has an effect on the body, but not everybody knows the body has an effect on the brain as well. Okay? So the reason I had you do that is because I wanted you to get that feeling. You did some physical stuff, and it affects how you feel, right? Here's why. This is so cool, by the way, when I learned this. Things that you do physically. Let's talk about exercise first. Now, you guys all know exercise is good for you physically, right? I'm sure everybody in this room knows exercise is good for you physically. That is without question. But exercise is good for you mentally. Here's what exercise does for you. One thing it does is neurogenesis, which is so cool. It actually helps you create new neurons, new brain cells. That's fabulous. It helps with mood enhancement, which you now know is really, really important. We talked about that. And it helps with hormone release. Check it out. Exercising releases endorphins. Endorphins are like the natural morphine. Endorphins actually help relieve pain, both mentally and physically in the body. That's released with exercise. It also releases serotonin. Serotonin is known as the chemical for happiness. It helps with restful sleep. It helps with healthy appetite, a lot of different things. It also releases dopamine. Dopamine is known as the pleasure chemical. Dopamine is also related to orgasm, by the way, which I just think is really interesting because I think maybe one day, if you're really, really like lonely or whatever, and you need to pick me up, you could go to the gym, do some ab work, do some back work, maybe have yourself a co-orgasm, right? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Also, just 20 minutes a day. So I'm not saying you got to do 3 a day or anything like that. 20 minutes of exercise a day has been shown to increase information processing in the brain and memory. And aerobic exercise, by the way, is shown to be like a first aid kit for damaged brain cells. But I'm sure that none of you have ever had any reason to believe that you have any damaged brain cells to help fix, right? But if you ever come across that occasion, maybe some aerobic exercise could do the trick. Now, let's talk about some other physical things though that you can do because, again, physiology affects your brain as well. So really quick, everybody have a pen or pencil, right? Can you hold it like this so it's sideways? And then put it in your teeth. I want you to hold it with your teeth so your lips don't touch it. I don't have one I'd show you. So you're going to be like this, right? Yeah. Okay, now take it out, turn it long ways so it's pointing away from you, and put it in your mouth and hold it with only your lips so it's not touching your teeth. Oh yeah, you guys are good. Here's what's so cool about that. There was a study done where they had some people hold it the first way, and some people hold it the second way. And what that was doing is forcing a smile on some people and forcing a frown on others. And then they had all those people look at Far Side comics and rate how funny they were. And what's hilarious is the people who were already smiling rated them as funnier because it actually does. Smiling alone releases neuropeptides in the brain, which are important because neuropeptides help the communication of neurons, whatever. But the point is it sends a signal to the brain where the brain actually records things as more entertaining just because you're smiling. Right? So smile at your customers in general, but smile. The next thing, so that's one thing you can do is smile. The next thing you can do is breathe. I won't even get into this. You've heard already from multiple people how important this is, but it does reduce stress. And anytime you're in high stress, your brain's not functioning as well. The other thing you do is get plenty of rest. This is really cool. They've actually shown, there are studies that show that a tired brain perceives things as more challenging. So like if you're standing in front of a hill and your brain is tired, it actually perceives it as steeper. more challenging. You'll see it as steeper. And if it's not tired, then of course it doesn't see it as steeper. Same thing with weights. If you're looking at weights and your brain's tired, it perceives them as heavier to pick up. Okay, so who needs things challenging to be more challenging, right? None of us. So you want to make sure that you get that right amount of sleep, and John did a great job of talking about why sleep's so important. I want to share with you guys a story about somebody who is supremely successful in his field and the mind-body connection, and that's Jerry Rice. Anybody ever heard of Jerry Rice before? Yeah, Jerry Rice played 20 seasons in the NFL. He's widely recognized as the best wide receiver ever in NFL history, and he holds a lot of records. He holds a lot of records, including best all-time receptions, best all-time yards, best all-time touchdown receptions, right? So I was working with one of my mentors. His name's Bo Eason, and Bo Eason was also in the NFL. He actually played for the Houston Oilers for a while before he was traded to the 49ers, which is where he met Jerry Rice, okay? So here's what happened. First day of practice, Jerry and Bo are the first two people on the field, by the way, because they were both those kind of guys, but not important. They played different things. Bo was a safety, Jerry's a receiver, so they weren't really practicing together. So Bo was kind of watching what was going on when the rest of the team joined. So what happened is there was this drill going on where all the receivers got in line, and they had the quarterback. And what would happen is the receiver would run, right, turn, catch the ball, and then walk or jog the ball back to the quarterback. And then the next receiver would get in line, right? It was his turn. He would run, turn, catch the ball, and then walk or jog the ball back to the quarterback. And then Jerry Rice's turn came. And Bo said Jerry, when he saw him, what happened was instead of just running, he was like, Jerry was like, whoo, full speed, run, catch the ball, and then, whoo, full speed to the end zone. Got to the end zone, turned around, jogged the ball back to the quarterback, and it started all over again. Next receiver, of course, gets in line. Same thing. Run, catch the ball, take it back. Next receiver runs, catches the ball, takes it back. Jerry, his turn comes up again, and he goes, whoo, full speed, right? Catches the ball, and whoo, full speed to the end zone. Then turns around and takes the ball back to the quarterback. So at the end of the day, Bo finally goes over to Jerry, and he's like, hey, Jerry. Jerry's like, hey, Bo. And then Jerry goes, or Bo asked him, Bo goes, so Jerry, what's up with all that running, right? And Jerry said, oh, it's very simple, Bo. You see, anytime these hands touch a football, this body ends up in the end zone. Now, that's key, right? Because what's important to understand is that Jerry didn't want his brain to have to think. He didn't want to go, oh, am I in practice? Oh, I can just stop now and take it back. Oh, wait, am I just playing for fun? Because I could probably just, jog it down. Or am I in a game? Is this important? So I got to run full speed? Oh, no. Why give your subconscious even that fraction of a second to have to decide? He knew anytime ball touch hands, body goes to the end zone, brain knows it. Jerry Rice was awesome at the mind-body connection, and he does it consistently, which, by the way, again, some people know mind has an effect on the body, but not everybody knows body has an effect on the mind. But now you guys know, and you know the techniques. So you have to do them consistently, and you can train your brain just like Jerry Rice did.